Hello and welcome back to HistoryCrafts.
Illuminated exit sign.
Traveling to Mongolia has always seemed like a dream to me. Reading and hearing about its history and culture has made me fascinated by the country itself. And staying in Mongolia over the summer made me appreciate the culture and the people even more. In this vlog series, I'm taking you with me on my 4-week trip to this beautiful land under the sun. And of course, there will also be more videos about historical and cultural topics. After a 9-hour flight, which was mostly over the forests of Russia, and a 6-hour time change, we landed at the Genghis Khan airport at around 5 in the morning. We got our luggage and grabbed a taxi from a nice uncle who was waiting for some passengers. The ride was around 80,000 tukrik, which is around 20 euros. I would say that's pretty cheap for a 1-hour ride into the city. Arriving at our place in Ulaanbaatar, we ate some food and took it easy. And I even had to take like a 6-hour nap as well. Refreshed and energized, we headed out for a walk. And I was amazed to see the Soviet-style influenced buildings. But this would also change the more you go into the and also outside of the city. Walking around the places we lived, I could see more Soviet-style buildings, but also the influence of Buddhism, which is still very important to Mongolians. We also wanted to visit the Gandan Monastery, which was just right around the corner. The monastery itself gained its name in 1835, but the complex itself was built already a little bit earlier. If you want to know more about the temple and its complex, you can check out the video I made about it. The complex itself was very nice and beautiful, I have to say. People were very kind. And even inside the big monastery there is this big statue which I was not allowed to take a picture of, but I mean, you can look it up online if you want to. And you can also see it in my other video. You could also feed some pigeons with some money. You know, there were some people standing outside. And I think you could pay like 1,000 or 2,000 tukrik, which is around 30 to 50 cents. Get some pigeon food, but I was not into that. We took a walk into the city and I was getting some money exchanged, which was a stupid idea because most of the stores took cards and didn't have that much cash. And also, you know, if you went to a taxi, if you had cash, you know, you had to have always the right amount. Then we ended up at the Ulaanbaatar square, which is the central square of the city. And there's even, you know, the middle point of the city right here. The square itself has a very interesting and also dark history, but we will get into that in a later episode. And here is also the government palace, which has a large monument containing statues of Genghis Khan, Kublai Khan and also other people. The city changed the name to the Genghis Square in 2013 in honor of Genghis Khan. But then again, 3 years later in 2016, the name was restored to Ulaanbaatar Square, which is the name it still has nowadays. Throughout the city, you could find all kinds of interesting things, like this predator statue or this monument here for the Beatles, which is actually called the Beatles Square, which was established to mark the country's transition to democracy. Because, back in the Soviet times, you were not allowed to listen to the Beatles. And of course, you had the famous city signs like every big cities have nowadays, the Ulaanbaatar sign. And at this red building there, we actually watched some theater later on, which was very beautiful and amazing. And it was also rare to see some graffiti actually. Experiencing the city itself for the first time, I was shocked by the amount of high-rise apartment buildings and also the chaos of the city. There's a big contrast to what you could see traveling through the city in just one day. At the end of our day, we enjoyed some delicious ice cream and ate some homemade food. On our second day, we already planned ahead because we wanted to go hiking at the Bogd Khan Uul. The mountain itself lays just south of the city, an area where mostly rich people live in gated communities. This was also a stark contrast to how the people lived inside the city, or where we even stayed. A lot of Mongolian people come here to enjoy the nature, but also to escape the city's pollution, which is among the worst and highest worldwide. The Bogd Khan Uul is the first national park, so to say. In the year of 1778, the Qing dynasty declared the area as protected land. Since 1996, it's officially a UNESCO bioreserve. For a more extensive video about the history and culture of the Bogd Khan Uul, you can check out this video I made right here. Many ways lead up to the peak, but we chose a not so long route, since we were still a bit tired. And the mountain itself would be very steep. The hike up took us maybe around 2 hours, with a lot of breaks for rest, staring at the amazing nature and just enjoying the mountain itself. We ended up at a small forest clearing where we had a small picnic and took in the amazing weather and the beautiful nature and wildlife. Our way down the mountain was as great as it was uphill, seeing all kinds of small wildlife, having fresh air and listening to the sounds of the forest. We would come back another time before we leave, but for the day we felt accomplished and enjoyed the view of the city before we headed home. I hope you enjoyed the video and also learned something new. If you want to see more videos about Mongolia and its culture and history, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, you can also leave a comment for the algorithm. Until next time, and as always, this is HistoryCrafts, where history crafts itself.